Okay, so if you're a creative, you know this feeling, right? Some days it feels like you're wading through mud with every single word, every brushstroke. And then other days, well, it's just pure magic. Today we're going to dive into a system for actually understanding that rhythm so you can work with it, not just fight it.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? That awful feeling when you sit down, you're ready to go, and nothing. The energy just isn't there. You feel blocked, you feel unproductive, and you probably feel a little guilty about it. But what if that resistance isn't you failing at all?
And this quote right here, it's the key to the whole thing. The idea here is that the problem isn't your work ethic. It's not about discipline. It's that we're trying to force one type of energy into a day that's built for something completely different. It's all about alignment, not just brute force effort.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's build a new language for this. The framework we're exploring today breaks our creative energy down into 3 totally distinct currents, or modes. And just figuring out which one you're in, that's the first step to finally working with your own flow. First up, we have what's called Nakia, or the tend mode. Think of this as the mode for those days when you just feel kind of foggy or tender, or you're just low on gas. Instead of trying to force something new, a 10-day asks you to just take care of what's already there. You know, editing, tidying up, listening. And its law is so important. What exists is enough. It's basically giving yourself permission to just not perform.
Next up is Sedgley, or microflow. This is your mode for days when you've got energy. It's clear, but it's limited. You can focus, but you know you can't go for 12 hours straight. So Sedgley is all about creating a container. Its law, one vessel holds the fire, is such a perfect way to put it. It's like you're channeling all your power into one specific, focused task with a clear finish line.
And finally, the one we all dream about, Neddor, the flow day. This is that magical, high-octane state. It's for that deep, immersive creation where you just completely lose track of time. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Its law is enter fully or not at all. This mode demands everything from you. You have to be all in.
And seeing them all lined up like this, it just makes so much sense. You've got tend for low energy with the focus on caretaking, microflow for that steady energy focused on a single, contained task, and flow day for that huge, immersive, open-ended creation. And notice, none of them are better than the others. They're just different tools for different kinds of days. Okay, that's the theory. But how do you actually use this? Like in your real life when you wake up in the morning? Well, it all boils down to a super practical daily check-in that seriously takes less than a minute. So the very first thing you do is check in with your body. And I mean really check in. Don't think, just feel. Do you feel heavy, a little tender? That's your clue for a 10-day. Do you feel pretty clear, but you know your battery isn't infinite? That sounds like microflow. Or do you feel that buzzing, that restless charge that just wants to dive in and create? That's a flow day calling.
Okay, so once you have that feeling, you connect it to the actual work. What feels doable right now without you having to force it? If the only thing that sounds even remotely possible is some gentle tidying up, honor that. That's your task. If you feel like you can really nail one focused thing, perfect. And if you feel that pull to just go deep and get lost in it, well, there's your answer.
And this last part, this is what makes this system so cool. It asks you to check in with what you're craving emotionally. Think about it. Sometimes you just crave the safety and warmth of puttering around in your creative world. Other days, you need that clean satisfaction of checking something off a list. And some days, you crave the intensity, the depth of just completely immersing yourself.
So what happens if you do all that and you're still not sure? Well, there's a golden rule for that, and it's so important. If you're unsure, always default to the lowest energy option. Always. Choosing tend when you're on the fence is never, ever a waste. All it does is protect and preserve your energy for when that flow day comes knocking.
Now here's where things get really fascinating. Because these modes, they aren't just some productivity hack somebody made up. They're actually pulled from a much, much deeper system. What the source material calls a functional cosmology. We're talking about an entire worldview built around these natural rhythms.
I just love this quote. It's such a perfect aha moment. The idea is that this system isn't forcing something new onto you. It's just giving you the words, the language, for these intuitive feelings you've always had about your own creative cycles. It's been there all along. And just look at this. This shows you how deep this whole thing goes. In its original form, it's not just a personal workflow. It's a complete system that informs everything. You've got clock law, moon theology, its daily use, a festival structure, even temple doctrine. It's a totally holistic way of seeing the world.
And remember those modes we talked about? Well, each one has this deeper kind of mythic identity. For Naya, the tend mode, its mantra is this simple, quiet command: hold, keep, listen. It's an act of pure preservation.
For Saili, or microflow, with its focus on clear boundaries, it all comes back to this core principle. One vessel is enough. What a powerful reminder that you don't have to do it all at once. If you just contain the fire, it actually burns hotter.
And then there's Nesidor, the flow day. Its call to action is intense. It's this absolute demanding invitation: enter fully. It's asking you to give yourself to the creative process completely, holding nothing back.
So, what's the big takeaway here? Why does all of this matter so much? Because the ultimate goal isn't to somehow force more flow days. It's about protecting your creative magic from burning out by always choosing the right container for the energy you actually have today.
And you can actually start using this right away with a super simple daily ritual. It takes like a minute. 1. Ask yourself, which mode holds me today? 2. Speak a little entry phrase to set your intention. 3. Honor that mode, whatever it is. And 4. At the end of the day, just release it knowing you worked in true alignment.
This quote, it just reframes everything, doesn't it? Burnout isn't some personal weakness. It's not a sign that you're not cut out for creative work. It's just a symptom of misalignment. It's trying to force the flame of creation into the wrong hour, into a low-energy day.
And that brings us to the most powerful idea in this entire system. You don't burn out because you create too much. You burn out because you try to create without the right container. That's it. If you find the right container for the day, tend, microflow, or flow, you protect the flame itself.
So let's bring it all back to you, right here, right now. This whole system, it's really just a mirror showing you what's already inside. So take a second and ask yourself, what mode holds you today? And what would it look like to truly honor that?